this flexibility routine, we are going to focus on lower body, and this routine should last around 10 minutes. So first off, we're gonna get on the floor, sitting in a size up position. If you have a hard time in this position, I would recommend you put a pillow or a foam block that you can put in between your heels and your butt, and that way that reduces the amount of knee flexion, which reduces the pressure on the knees you may feel or the tibia. And if this is too easy, if you want to progress this one, you would put your heels, your feet on the block, and now because we have the feet elevated, it's a more intense stretch. I'm going to stay in this stretch for about a minute 30, 2 minutes. Once we're done with this stretch, we'll move here. We'll get only 1 foot in the similar position we were into. The other one is going to go straight forward. You can use that block, just sit on. And now I'm going to get into this position. Now I'm going to show you from the other side. And this stretch, we're going to stay in it for about a minute 30. This is a floor quad stretch. Sit on the block. There we go. And just relax. If you want more of a stretch, we can just start leaning back until we get the appropriate amount of stretch we want in the quad. Once we're done with this stretch, we can go with that block, and now we will stand up, get into a calf stretch using that same block or anything else you can use. Gonna just put your foot on it to get enough dorsiflexion at the ankle to get into that calf stretch. And this stretch you can hold for 1 to 2 minutes. Again, try not to fidget too much. And once you're done, of course, make sure you switch feet. When we're done here, we're gonna get into a elephant walk, which is a dynamic stretch. So here what we'll do is, maybe to start off, if you're really tight, we'll start off here, put your hands on the block, okay? And gonna get into a squat, as deep as it gets. And from here, gonna face down, and you're going to extend one leg at a time. As this gets easier, you can reduce the amount of elevation for your hands. Until it goes to the floor. Until you don't need this anymore. Also, if you're not using a block, alternatively, you can just grab at your shins and progressively get lower and lower. You know, you can end up here at the ankles, and then you would try hands on the floor. This you would work on for about 90 seconds. And after this, now we can work on hip rotation, for which my favorite way to do it is to sit into a 90-90 stretch, which would be this position, and just relaxing. If this is hard to stay into or get into, I would recommend using a block or a pillow that you can put under your hip. So if I show you from the other angle, from here, you would sit on the block, and now that makes the stretch much more accessible. I would spend 1:30 to 2 minutes on each side. And then to finish off, what we can do is use a wall or a chair to put our foot on. So here we go this, and this would be to finish off. It's a hip flexor and quad stretch called couch stretch, and you would spend 1 minute to 1:30 in this position.